eat too late. Let your last meal be usually between 6 and 7, and do a little bit exercise and keep communicating with old friends. Go out more, enjoy fresh life, and keep believing in God that yes. And don't think of the diseases of anything that they say they have arthritis, they have this. It may come, but if you sit down and be thinking of the arthritis, it will get more of arthritis than you know. So don't put arthritis or diabetes in your mind. Try and put it at the back of your hand and say yes. Determined to be healthy until you die.
It's for them to go for medical checkup, and when they are on that medical checkup, any medicine, any drug prescribed for them, they have to, someone has to ensure that they are properly taken and at the appropriate time. I think if they can do that, it will be very good, because when the welfare of the elderly ones are taken off, it has a positive impact on the society as a whole.
It needs to be recognized legally and by rules of governance. Senior citizen category of life is a stage that needs government intervention for the caring for longevity, because most of the elderly people, especially in Africa, they die young because the care is not there.
To assist you to achieve a certain goal, a certain objective. You see, our society, I don't know. I want to watch my words because I'm a bit angry. Even with the society. We disrespect elders a lot in this society. And it wasn't like this before. In those good old days, we've been told stop talking about good old. Why will we not talk of good old days? If we are going to have a new Nigeria, we will refer to the old Nigeria. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So elderly people are not really recognized and taken care of in the society, because the society see us as, oh, you this man, you don't owe Jarabia, come on for us, make we come in. I mean, your time don't. They call us old school, and they call us analog. They call themselves new school, yes, and digital.
So they are digital now.
So these are part of the problem.
It is a known fact that it is at age 60 that different health challenges set in, culminating in experiencing different ailments. Most common are arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, dementia, amongst others. This ailment make worries to creep in for the elderly, which gives room for their inability to sleep well. What about the dreaded disease known as cancer? At old age, it is expedient of the elderly to go for medical checkup regularly.
I am coping with the advice of medical experts. All we need to do is to make sure, like they said, to investigate what kind of challenges we have and approach the doctors for solutions.
Because you don't know the correct deductions. So the simplest solution is see your doctor.
See your doctor.
Or
that's
see your, healthcare provider. It's as simple as that. You get a more coherent explanation for all your troubles and what you are supposed to do.
The most painful aspect of old age is that it restricts most elderly people from enjoying their social life. Not only that, their diet is also restricted and limited. Old age with its attendant challenges gives room for one to think about how safe or how interesting one will cope with life.
If you keep social interaction, especially with your old friends, and keep your family together as well, you don't always interact with your family. Don't distance yourself with your family because you will need them one day. And then with your old friends, to keep with your old friends, because the more you chat, the more your heart, and you won't have dementia, you won't have Alzheimer. All these things will be away from you if you are chatting, communication, and be happy.
There should be a place for the elderly, maybe in the evening, where they should establish a game, maybe Ludo, cards, Ayo, like the olden days.
Ayo draft,
So that's make their mental health should be okay. we come together maybe once in a week or twice in a week towards the evening times when we return back from work. So though we are talking about retirement age, but at the same time, when we are retired, we can still be socialized. We can still be playing card ludo with ourselves. Just like we are doing on the WhatsApp group right now with the elderly people. We socialize, but we need social contact, not just once in a month.
I expect elderly people to not to be too hard socially. They should socialize, involve themselves. Especially the Senior Citizen Association, we discovered that one or twice in a week we go to a tennis club at Adejuman, Ejigbo chapter of Senior Citizen. We go there to socialize, see your fellow elderly people. If it's what playing games, if it's what doing a sort of exercise, at least it increase your lifespan.
Some other day we too will become older as them, so they need to be taken care of as regards to their health, the environment they live in, because some of them have been neglected for so many years, so they need to be taken care of. There should be recreational facility for them. They need to be taken to social gatherings so that will enlighten them and make them to belong to the society.
What about when one becomes super old, when the limbs are seriously weak, when the upper back becomes bent and the neck gets stiffened, or when the legs hardly support the body weight again, or when the old skin becomes wrinkled and the entire body becomes frail?
The way we were trained, we never extended that hand to our children. And it has taken us to this level. So they do not even appreciate our being around. They see us as bothering them. It is our fault because we were not being projective. We are not looking into the future. And take it or leave it. The standard of our own living at that time is far, far, far away from what these children are living now.
Is 85% bad.
85.
Yes. Excuse me. The 15%. The 15% that is good is that using my own experience on most occasions when I walk into the bank to transact a business, I will be at the back and the cashier will just point and say, "Daddy, come forward." I will be surprised. I said, so they still respect elders to some extent.
Good.
And this experience of the banking hall is about 80 or 90% cases. So I will come back home, tell madam, did you see what I said? I was on the queue right at the back and they called me forward.
Really?
To attend to me.
That's good.
So that's why, that's the 15%.
That's the 15%.
But the 85% that is...
You agree with him?
Yes, 85% that is bad. I think it starts from the home.
Start from the home.
Lack of training, or maybe those children are trained, but they refuse to accept their training. Yes, and like somebody said, it's the old school, and but this old school, we are proud of it. Yes.
At this level of super old age, what can the government do to assist these super senior citizens?
They are giving attention to the junior, but the seniors, we shouldn't suffer and die. We should enjoy the remaining part of our life. Very, very important. Life, we should not suffer at the end of it all. We should enjoy it to the very end. They should come up with policies to ensure that you have served the nation in any capacity. You must come and enjoy the remaining part of your life.
Why should government reject them? Because the government will become senior one day. And senior citizen has wisdom. Everything about senior is wisdom. Yes, so I don't know why, because even government can learn from senior citizen. So I don't know why a sensible government will reject senior citizen, because that is the way forward. Because one day, that government too will become senior citizen.
There are so many elderly out there that are suffering. Some did not have shelter, some did not even have children, some has never worked for government, they don't have pension. Some rot in their room. People that have served this nation, that have served this country, you see some people, they are inside, suffering. Some, they don't have no pension. They should please, whatever the government deem fit, by providing good infrastructure for them, giving them a sense of belonging, setting up a policy that will help, that will assist. By doing this, this will reduce corruption, because the major reason why people are stealing is because they know that when they retire from the government service, their future is not secure. So if you know that the government will take care of everything, why will you steal? If you steal, the money will be useless. So you have no reason to steal. So if the government can look into the plight of the elderly, I think that will go a long way to help this nation.
They have suffered or worked for the country for so many years in their service. Now I think the government need to take care of them, because everyone that has worked one way or the other is going to grow old and be of pensionable age, so that when government take proper care of them, they know that the youngest one coming after them will be taken care of too.
On our own part, we too will care for ourselves. We organize symposium, we organize talks, we organize picnic sightseeing, just to keep us healthy. But we need their support in doing so.
I want the state, the federal government, to give recognition to the senior citizens of Nigeria. What I see today, no elderly citizen is giving any recognition. You go to the banks, you go to public places, you see students still telling the elderly person that, no, we are on the queue. This should not happen. Nigerian government should create a ministry. They should attach the senior citizen to a ministry that there will be representation from the senior citizen, that we cater, know what exactly is their pains.
If government can put it in the system by taking care of the elderly people, habilitating them, health-wise, medical-wise, financial-wise, because most of some elders in African countries, you will realize that their children are not well to do to take good care of them. Even those that are well to do, there are some facilities that the government needs to put in place to encourage, to embrace the elderly people, at least to have a sense of belonging in the society. They shouldn't be a rejected sector at all.
It is necessary to recognize and appreciate our older persons, treat them well, honor them, value them, revere them, and pay attention to their needs. Their maturity and wisdom can never be ignored, as it becomes a big reference point and a resource center for researchers and crisis managers. It is against this background that the federal and state governments should create a special ministry to be known as Ministry of Elderly Affairs. Governments will no doubt tap from their wealth of experience, their knowledge, and their special God's-given wisdom to solve some knotty problems.
As an elderly citizen, our role is to play an advisory role to the leaders, because the leaders cannot do anything successful without the advice of the elders. If not participating fully in politics, but there are ways senior citizen association can be consulted in advisory role.
As one gets older, remember that one day, those things you love most will no longer be there to be able to pay attention to them again. Therefore, live the remaining days of your life in a meaningful way. Be accommodating, be friendly and nice to people, especially the children. Be humble and kind to people. Don't ruminate about the past again. Don't think much. Just be prayerful, especially for your children and grandchildren. Honestly, getting to old age is a special gift from God.
The advice to live a blissful old age is to bring your children at the way of the Lord. Then you won't have problem in future. And that means you are leaving a legacy. And you will be happy at your old age because you have done what God wants you to do. You are to teach your children the way of the Lord, to have the fear of the Lord. If everybody has the fear of the Lord, things will work well in any country. You have left a legacy by keeping your children and your family together and talking to them and making them to have the fear of God. You will die peacefully because you know you have fulfilled what God wants you to fulfill in life. And that is what I know as legacy. It's not all these living so many riches or something for the children. Teach your children that their yes should be their yes, their no should be their no. Let them be known for that, and you see you enjoy your life, peace of life.
The older we get, the weaker we get. If we leave us alone, it won't be helpful at all. Besides, we are striving to leave legacies for our children that are coming behind, the generation next, so that they can see us enjoy few things, they can now be happy to, they want to grow old.
The relationship between the elderly man and the wife has to be cordial. It's where the man has taken care of the wife, and when he's old now, the wife will reciprocate the gesture by taking care of the man. If a wife is not properly taken care of, it will have effect in future. When the wife is in a position to take care of him and is not willing to do so as a result of no cordial relationship that the man has with the wife.
You can play Ludo, draft. Like me, I can't do without playing Scrabble in a day. It helps the brain. It helps everything. Yeah, so various exercises that are not strenuous for your health, that are not too strenuous for you. The elder should please embark on doing this.
Peace of mind and the fear of God. Because if you have peace of mind, you are contented, and you have the fear of God, you live an exemplary life worthy of note. That nothing in life will bug you or worry you, so you live within your means. And as a senior citizen, retired but not tired, at our stage, we should count everything. We should reason and count everything simple. We should not do anything beyond our limit. So peace of mind, contentment is the key.
A Senior Citizens Forum. A Senior Citizens Forum.
Senior Citizens Forum, a special weekly program on Lagos television that addresses the joy and the various challenges of the elderly.
When human beings grow older, definitely the changes are from scalp to the tip of your toe.
Hypertension affects virtually all the organs of the body. It affects the heart, it affects the eyes, it affects the kidneys, it affects the brain, every organ. More often than not, people don't know they have hypertension. The only way you can know whether you have hypertension or not is to measure your blood pressure.
For its sponsorship and advert placements, please contact the LTV Marketing Department or send SMS or call 0802 328 5359 or 0801 3888 1703.
The government should take statistics, data of the elderly, then come up with a policy that will help them.
Senior Citizens Forum is shown on LTV. Insurance companies, pension fund managers, healthcare providers, pharmaceutical companies, as well as telecommunications network providers are free to sponsor the program or advertise their products at moderate rates.
Yet another edition of Senior Citizens Forum on your dialing station.
A Senior Citizens Forum.
That's about all for today. Join us next week for another interesting edition.
These people have worked so hard. They are the senior citizens. They are the pensioners, and they deserve their affection. They have wisdom. They have the passion. They have vision. They should be encouraged even at their old age. They've worked for years.
Do you know that as a viewer, you have the right to complain about any broadcast content or conduct of Lagos television you are not pleased about? For any of such complaints, call or SMS Director Programs on 00333-44915, Director News 003-696-2772, or Head Marketing 08022829898, or any of our social media handles. Lagos Television, the voice of Lagos.
Yípadà bíi ti báwo. Nínú mímu egbògi olóró gbogbo kí ìgbésí ayé yín má bàa bàjẹ́ débi pé ẹ̀yin lè wúlò fún ara yín.
Ògbólógbò ni èmi tí ẹ̀ ń wò yìí nípa mímu egbògi olóró. Látìgbà tí mo ti gbọ́rọ̀ sí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó lẹ́nu ni ìgbésí ayé mi ti yí padà tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń wúlò fún ara mi àti ẹbí. Mo fẹ́ gba ẹ̀yin ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ mi tó kù ní ìmọ̀ràn láti jáwọ́ nípa mímu egbògi olóró kí ẹ bá lè wúlò fúnra yín, ẹbí, ará àti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Say no to hard drugs in Lagos.
Good afternoon. How may I help you? Yes, very well, thank you.
Phone etiquette is the way you pick the phone to respond or represent yourself and co-workers through telephone communication. It includes the way you respond on picking the call, the way you respond to inquiries, your words, tone of voice, and how you close the call. As you pick the call, say hello. This indicates that the line is open and ready for conversation. The golden rule of telephone etiquette is to answer within 3 rings. Introduce yourself immediately.